my YouTube channel. I can't say welcome back yet because this is my first video, but welcome. Hello. I'm glad that you showed up. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to my channel, the Leah Lane Connection, where I just want to connect you to more information. That's it. I'm glad that you're here. Let's get started. My first this video is going to be about my financial prep for home ownership at 23. I understand that my story is not going to be everybody's story. My situation is not how it's going to work for everyone, but I will have information for everyone eventually. So I did save for my home because I was staying at home with my parents. But if you don't have that opportunity to go back home, or if you don't have that opportunity to stay with someone and save, it's all right. If you already staying on your own, if you already renting somewhere, if you staying with roommates, if you just don't have the opportunity to save, fear not. Because in a few videos, I'm going to have my realtor and a few other realtors, some loan advisors, some credit repair advisors in a video to give you all information and advice on how you too can become a homeowner. Because I definitely understand it's not easy to save the most money when you're already spending money on bills. When I say I started from scratch, I didn't have savings account. I didn't have no credit card. Nothing. I had nothing. Zilch to my name. If I wanted to save money, like I would just pull it out in cash and save it that way. Like I never saved for a big purchase ever before purchasing this home. I guess, as ignorant as it might sound, I didn't see the point in having a savings account. So last year in May, I graduated college May 2020. And with the money that I received from like graduation gifts and stuff, I used that money to open up savings accounts. So I opened up 3 savings accounts between 2 banks. So I used the bank that I was already banking with for one saving account, and then I used Ally Bank, which is online banking, which is an online bank, and I used them for the other 2 savings accounts. And I had 3 savings accounts. I had rainy day funds, core savings, and emergency savings. And so I was like, before I move out, I want to have $25,000 saved, and then I'm going to start looking for a house. That was so unrealistic, honestly. And like now looking back, like it sounded great initially, but now looking back on it, like, girl, if you don't go on somewhere, that was very unrealistic. And my mom, she kind of pushed me to see how unrealistic it was, because I was like, I'm not going to start looking for a house until I have $25,000 saved. Like, I know this is going to cost a lot of money, but I also knew that I wanted new construction. And my mom was helping me realize, like, by the time the process is over, like by the time they're finished building your house and by the time they start building your house, like you'll have enough money saved. Like you'll be good, I promise. So, yeah, I said I wanted to have $25,000 saved before I started looking. I didn't. I can, honestly, I think I had like $8,000 saved maybe. Like whenever I started the initial process of like house shopping and whatnot, I think I only had like $8,000 in my savings account, to be honest. And God was just gonna work a miracle and we was gonna make it happen. That's how I saw it in my head, because like my mama was talking a really good game and she was like, "You're ready." I was like, "No, I need some more money." Like I planned on graduating college, staying home for at least 2 years and then start looking. She was like, "No, you're ready." She was like, "If I didn't think you was ready, I wouldn't suggest it, but like you'll be ready. You got it. We can go ahead and start looking." So yeah, I opened up some savings accounts. And so I wanted 25,000 saved across all three accounts, and then I realized I was adding up pre-tax checks, and then Uncle Sam humbled me very fast. Uncle Sam humbled me, and then I made it like, I was like, okay, well, I want to have $15,000 by the end of this process. Like by the time this process is over, I want to walk away with $15,000 in my savings. And honestly, at the end of the process, like at closing day, I had $20,900 in my savings account. And I was okay with that number because I used my savings account last December to pay for my down payment on the home. And then I used my savings to buy furniture. So I used my savings to buy like my sectional and my kitchen table. I bought a new bed. Like I used my savings for that as well. So I was okay with having 20,900 because I already spent a. We'll get into how much my down payment was in another video. So I already spent a good few $1,000s like throughout the process or whatever. Next, I had to build my credit. I had no credit. None. Like no open lines of credit. I didn't have any loans from school. I didn't have a car payment on there. Like I didn't have nothing. I had nothing. So I had to build some credit. So I got 2 unsecured credit cards, and I got 2 unsecured ones because it takes a little bit longer to build your credit if you have secured credit cards, which is it's understandable. But I wanted to build my credit fast. I wanted to like hurry up, do what you're supposed to do so you can give what was supposed to be gave. So I got 2 unsecured credit cards. I got one with the bank that I was already with because they sent me like an offer letter. I guess because it was like, you're 22 years old with no credit. Get this credit card. So I got an unsecured credit card with the bank that I was already with. And then because I applied for a credit card, because I started looking for credit 5 days before I graduated, I was technically still considered a student. So I got a Discover student card. And I got that one because I knew they was going to give it to me because it's a student credit card. They think that college students are idiots who's going to spend their money like crazy in college because it's free money. You don't know me. So I got that credit card because it was easy. And I started building my credit. I didn't know how credit worked. So I thought, and don't y'all judge me, And don't y'all laugh at me, but I thought when I started building my credit, like, you have to start from zero. Because why I thought that, I don't know. But a credit score, like, you gotta have a baseline, right? Why wouldn't the baseline be zero? So I thought that, like, coming out the gate, I didn't have credit, so I'm like, I know I don't have a credit score. My credit score is nothing. My credit score is a zero, which is far from the truth. I don't remember. I still fully don't know what you start out at if you don't have credit. I still don't know. But I started building my credit in May, and my credit score didn't populate until the end of October, early November. And so I couldn't start looking for a home or like the house shopping process, like to see how much I'm approved for, yada yada yada. Like, I couldn't start none of that until my credit score populated to all three bureaus. Like, of course I had a FICO, but I needed my credit score to report to all three bureaus before, like, I could apply for a loan or whatever. So initially, like, when I got the cards, I had my 2 unsecured cards, and I would keep my utilization. I was told, keep your utilization below 15%. I was keeping it below 5, honestly. Like, I would like 2.5% on each card. Just because I still didn't really see the point of credit. Like, if I have it in my account right now, and then, like, what's the point in me swiping this card just to pay you right back? Like, I can just use what's in my account. But I would put like between like $5 and $15 on there, or like I might use it for gas or when I go out to eat, groceries, like little stuff. Like, I would see like what the perks are for the month and like what you can get cash back for, like if you spend on like certain things. So like, I would just spend whatever the cash back item was for the month. I would spend that. And I was paying my cards off to zero every month because I was watching these YouTube credit gurus tell me, oh, pay it down and it's gonna make your credit score go up. Like, pay your statement off completely and it's gonna make your score go up. Nobody told me that was for people who already had credit but was trying to build their credit back up. That wasn't for building your credit from scratch, because I was paying my statements completely off, and it made my score go up, but my score stopped moving eventually. Like, my score was at a standstill. Like, why you not going up no more? Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do. And it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So I asked my loan advisor, like, my credit score isn't going up. I needed to be at a 720 in order to qualify for like some government program where like I would get down payment assistance, or it was this other program where like I don't remember. I'm not even gonna sit here and force my thinking so I can like lie to y'all. I really don't remember, but if I remember, I'll let you know. But I was paying it off, and I asked my loan officer like why it's not going up no more. And she was like, are you leaving something on the card? I was like, no, I'm paying it down to zero every month. You know, me talking all proud and stuff, like, no, I'm paying it off every month. She was like, don't do that. I was like, what you mean? She was like, leave $5 to $15 on there every month. She was like, you need to have a balance report so they know that you're trustworthy and that you know how to pay stuff back. So I started leaving. I would leave like no more than $20 on it a month, and then I would just pay it off and charge it again, leave it on to statement, yada yada yada. So I started doing that and my credit score went up. So when I started this process back in November, my score was a 640. And then by the time, by June of 2021, my score was a 727. So it went up. It did. It didn't go up as much as I wanted it to, but it did what it was supposed to do. I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, my score, I had to build some credit, because you're not gonna get a loan with no credit. And like, you can get approved for a loan with fair credit. Your interest rate might be a little funny, but you can get a loan with fair credit. Now, you can't get a loan with bad credit. They gonna laugh at you. But fair credit, you can get a loan. You just need to be in the sixes. It doesn't even have to be high sixes. You just need to be, I won't say you need to be, but for a decent interest rate, you should be in the sixes somewhere. And of course, the higher the score, the better the interest rate. But after like a certain score, like, everybody gets the same interest rate. So it's not like, I think it's after like a 7. Once again, don't get me to lying. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I don't know. But I know, like, after you reach a certain score, like, everybody gets the same interest rate. So don't feel pressed or pressured to have this super high score before you start looking for a home, because it's not necessary. And if your interest rate is off, it'll be off by not that much from the best interest rate. Next, I budgeted. Initially, like, after I got my first job or whatever, my first big girl job, I budgeted every paycheck. And I did this budget system called the $0 budget. So that's essentially when every single dollar has a home. Like, a dollar, there's no more money left over, because every dollar has a place. So after I would pay everything that needed to be paid, I would take the money that's left over and I would put it in what's called cash envelopes for stuff that I still wanted. Because money is meant to be enjoyed. Money is not a trophy. Like, you make the money so you can spend the money. So I definitely still bought whatever I wanted within reason, within limitations. I still bought whatever I wanted because I budgeted. So, like, and when I say I budgeted, like, it was like a sit down at the table with a calendar, a financial planner, bank statements with my money, like, so I can, so everywhere had a place. And so I could really make sure I'm saving the most money that I could absolutely be saving. So like, I paid what needed to be paid first. So like, my tithes, my offering, my bills, the bills that I did have. And then the rest of the money that was left, I would put into cash envelopes, like waxes, nails, hair, vacation, going out to eat, miscellaneous, just because, self-care. Like, I had so many envelopes, and it wasn't like I was putting a lot of money in each envelope. Like, some envelopes only had like $10 going in it, some envelopes had $80 going in it. So like, it's really up to you and what you can afford. But budget. Like, that was the top thing that helped me. Like, you have to be disciplined, because if you like to spend money like me, it's hard. Like, you have to be disciplined. Packing my lunch, if my envelope, like if my cash envelope was empty, I can't do it, or I can't go. Like, if you had to be disciplined. Like, you had to be committed, and you had to be serious. Like, you have to be serious about wanting to save. So yeah, that's really how I prepped. That was my financial prep. I had to build a savings account from scratch. I had to build my credit from scratch. I had to sit down and budget. That's how I did it. If y'all want, I still budget to this day. Like, budgeting is the best thing that ever happened to me, because I realized, like, I don't spend as much as I thought I do when I have it going to a certain thing. Like, if I just see the money sitting in my account, I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna swipe it because it wants to be spent. It's telling me to spend it. But when I have like the cash put in the envelope and be like, all right, this is all I got to work with, make it happen, it helped. So I will do a budgeting video for you guys, or how I budget. Yeah. So that's how I did it. In my next video, I'm gonna talk about like going under contract, the model home that we saw. What else? There's something else in there. Oh, house shopping and going under contract and picking out things for the home that I was getting built. So yeah, come back to my next video. Come back and see me. If you enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up. If you still have questions or I wasn't clear about something, comment down below and let me know, or you can DM me on Instagram and I'll answer it the best that I can, because I know how it is when you're looking for information and it seems like nobody's answering your question. I'm not gonna gatekeep. If it's something that you don't understand, something I didn't explain, or something that I didn't mention, just ask me. I'll let you know. If I know the answer, you'll know the answer. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time.